Good morning, children. I hope you all are fine at home. Yesterday, we have studied about what is transcription. What is transcription? Transcription is transferring the genetic informations from one strand of DNA to RNA. Today, let us study about bacterial transcription. It is also called prokaryotic transcription because prokaryotic transcription and eukaryotic transcriptions have certain similarities, but eukaryotic transcription is little complex. This is clear. Bacterial transcription is also called as prokaryotic transcription because bacteria is a prokaryotic cell. In bacteria, there are three major types of RNAs. First one is called mRNA or messenger RNA. Second is tRNA or transfer RNA. Third is rRNA or ribosomal RNA. All three RNAs are needed for the synthesis of protein in a cell. The mRNA will act as a template. It provides the template. Role of tRNA is to transfer the amino acid as per the genetic codon. Where it will transfer? It transfer the amino acid to the ribosome. And what is a genetic code? Next class we will be reading. rRNA plays a structural and catalytic role during translation. What is translation? Formation of protein from RNA is called translation. And only one enzyme is involved, that is DNA dependent RNA polymerase, that catalyzes transcription of all the three RNAs in bacteria. Clear? Bacterial transcription, we call it as prokaryotic transcription. In bacteria, there are three major types of RNA. First is mRNA or messenger RNA. Second is transfer RNA. Third is rRNA or ribosomal RNA. All the three RNAs are needed for the synthesis of protein in a cell. So what is the role? mRNA is a single-stranded and it provides the template. And tRNA transfer the amino acid and it reads the genetic codon. rRNA play a structural and catalytic role during protein synthesis. But only one enzyme, that is DNA dependent RNA polymerase, helps in the formation of all the three types of RNA in a bacteria. Now for example, prokaryotic transcription or bacterial transcription consists of three steps. First is initiation, second step is elongation, and the third step is of termination. So what is initiation? During initiation, DNA dependent RNA polymerase enzyme binds with the promoter region. Yesterday you have studied promoter is located at the 5' end of the coding strand. So at the time of initiation, DNA dependent RNA polymerase enzyme binds with the promoter region with the help of sigma factor and initiates the process of transcription. Second step, elongation. Now the enzyme transcribes the structural gene and it is moving from promoter to terminator. The enzyme is transcribing the structural genes and it is moving from promoter to terminator. That is called as, can you see here an RNA is being formed. This is called elongation. Third step is termination. Now the enzyme binds with which region? Terminator region with the help of Rho factor. Once the enzyme binds with the terminator with the help of Rho factor, the process will be terminated. The newly formed nascent RNA falls off. So, bacterial transcription consists of 3 steps. First step is of initiation. Here RNA polymerase binds to promoter with the help of sigma factor, because sigma factor recognizes the promoter region and initiates the process of transcription. During elongation, the RNA polymerase opening, that the RNA polymerase facilitates or helps the opening of the helix and it transcribes the structural gene. Now here, which one is acting as a substrate? The substrate is a nucleoside triphosphate. During termination, the enzyme binds with the terminator region with the help of termination factor or Rho factor and the process will be terminated. The newly formed RNA falls. Now for example, if you take eukaryotic transcription, here what is happening? The basic steps, that is initiation, elongation and termination are common. But here there are certain complexities are there. First thing is, in prokaryotic transcription, only one enzyme is involved. But in eukaryotic transcription, 3 different enzymes are involved. First one is DNA dependent RNA polymerase 1. This helps in the transcription of rRNA, or it is called ribosomal RNA. But the enzyme DNA dependent RNA polymerase 2 transcribe the messenger RNA, but it cannot directly form the messenger RNA. It forms the precursor of mRNA, that is immature form of an mRNA, that is called the hnRNA or heterogeneous nuclear RNA. DNA dependent RNA polymerase 3 is responsible for the transcription of tRNA, or it is called transfer RNA, and snRNA, that is the immature form of tRNA, that is called small nuclear RNA. So basic 3 steps are common both for prokaryote and eukaryote, but in eukaryotic transcription there are certain complexities. Here 3 different enzymes are involved. First enzyme is of DNA dependent RNA polymerase 1. It transcribes ribosomal RNA. Second enzyme is of DNA dependent RNA polymerase 2. It transcribes the mRNA in the form of immature condition, that is called heterogeneous nuclear RNA or hnRNA. Third is DNA dependent RNA polymerase 3. It is responsible for the formation of tRNA or transfer RNA. Its immature form is called snRNA or small nuclear RNA. So here basic steps are same, but you have studied that the mRNA is formed in which condition? Immature condition as hnRNA. So the second complexity is to convert the hnRNA into matured mRNA. It has to undergo two processes. One is called as capping and the other one is called as tailing. Because you have studied the mRNA is formed under which condition? It is formed in a immature condition as hnRNA. So when the hnRNA undergoes maturation, it has to undergo capping and tailing. So what is capping? Capping is an addition of methyl guanosine triphosphate at the 5' end of hnRNA. This is called as capping. Capping is the addition of methyl guanosine triphosphate at the 5' end of hnRNA. Now second is which one? Tailing. Tailing is the addition of polyadenylate residue at the 3' end of hnRNA. So that is what is called as tailing. Now next complexity is, yesterday you have studied about split gene arrangement. What is split gene arrangement? In case of a eukaryotic gene, a part of a DNA is expressing itself in the form of RNA and protein. That expressing sequence is called exon, but it is intermingled with the intervening sequences that we call it as intron. This arrangement is called a split gene arrangement. That means exons are the expressing sequences of DNA. Introns are the intervening sequences of DNA. So it undergoes a process called as splicing. What is splicing? Here all the introns are removed. All the introns are removed and all the exons are joined together. This process is called as splicing. So here you can see, in case of a eukaryotic transcription, basic 3 steps are common. First step is initiation. Here also what will happen? The enzyme will bind with the promoter region with the help of sigma factor. Second is elongation. The enzyme will move from promoter to terminator by transcribing the structural gene. Third step is termination. Here the enzyme binds with the terminator region with the help of Rho factor and the newly formed RNA falls off. These basic steps are common. But here the additional complexities are, number 1 is 3 enzymes are involved. DNA dependent RNA polymerase 1 helps in the formation of rRNA. 2 helps in the formation of hnRNA. It is an immature form of mRNA. That is DNA dependent RNA polymerase 3 helps in the formation of tRNA. Clear? So 3 different enzymes are involved. In which one? In case of eukaryotic transcription. Now the second complexity is, Here the mRNA is formed in which one? hnRNA. So it has to undergo capping and tailing. What is capping? It is the addition of methyl guanosine triphosphate at the 5' end of hnRNA. Second is what? Tailing. Tailing is the addition of polyadenylate residue at the 3' end of hnRNA. Then only it can form a matured mRNA. This is clear. And again here you can see in case of eukaryote, which arrangement is there? Split gene arrangement is here. So the yellow color part is the expressing sequence of DNA that forms RNA and protein. That is called the exon. But exon is intermingled with the intervening sequences of DNA which cannot code for RNA and protein. That is called as intron. So in a eukaryotic DNA, exons and introns are intermingled. So now what is happening? At the time of splicing, all the introns are removed and which one is joined? All the exons are joined. Can you see here only yellow color part is there? That means all the exons are joined. So this is called as splicing process. Finally, in an eukaryote, RNA is formed from DNA. This is how eukaryotic transcription occurs. Thank you, children.